Aquarius. I am here to do your 3-month or second quarter reading for you, okay? So that's going to encompass the months of April, May, and June. All right? And I don't know if you watched the last one that I did, but if you did, I'm going to do it in a similar fashion, okay? So your first card is Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. And the 3 cards up here will apply to all 3 months, okay? Now we're going to take a card on love. And this can be any kind of love. Family love, friend love, romantic love, self-love, any kind of love. And please only take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind, okay? This says, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Okay? And if this does not resonate with you, please check your other placements. Sign the sun, moon, rising, Venus, or just for a more complete picture. Okay, and now we're going to get an overall energy that will be with you for the next 3 months. And then down below, we're going to go through each month individually in an abbreviated form, so it won't take us an hour. Okay, your overall energy is a 2 of air. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision. Follow your own heart rather than trying to make others happy. Pretending there is no problem. Over-analyzing a situation. Well, this could be a challenging energy, so maybe we should take a clarifying card for that. Okay? Any or all of those could apply. Okay, so let's get a clarifying card. And it says, have patience and don't let your past hold you back. And the 2 of air talks about you needing to make a decision. Okay, and so what is this decision that you really need to make? The Page of Swords. Okay, the Page of Swords is a learning energy, and it's all about learning how to think clearly and communicate authentically. And I can see how this could apply here. It's telling you to get out of this energy, think clearly, okay? Make an effort to learn how to think clearly and how to communicate clearly, and that will help you a lot with this, okay? And I can also see how the cards on either side could play part in this. All right? Now let's get your overall energy for April. All right. Beautiful. You have the 9 of water. Wishes come true. Your dreams become reality. A magical time of life. Good fortune. Faith in the universe that all will be well. Well, one thing I can say about this is it looks like you are learning how to think and communicate clearly, because this is not going to have the strength if this is in the picture. It's just not. Okay, this is an absolutely beautiful energy. Okay. Now let's get a spirit animal to go with that. And, I think Almost every time I do your readings, that song Aquarius just keeps playing over and over in my head. I think they need one for each sign. Or maybe they don't, because that's what would be going through my mind all the time. Coyote Spirit. Trust in divine detours. Okay, so there might very well be a detour somewhere during April. Okay, now, let's go ahead and get your overall energy for May. April looks like a pretty exciting month. Dreams coming true and divine detours. What does that mean? Okay, May. Focusing on the negative. Things not turning out the way you anticipated. Forgiveness of self or others. Everything happens for a reason. Look for the hidden blessings. So any or all of this can apply. Okay? Very different energy than April. But, energy being what it is, it flows like a stream or a breeze. It's not in a box. So these months can do a little blending. So maybe trust in divine detours could be flowing on over from April into May. Oh, and also don't forget, if you change your energies, these can change as well. Okay? Uh-oh. You have two challenging cards for May. Sometimes life stings. I can see we need to take some clarifying cards. Okay, now let's get your overall energy for June. And then we'll go back through and take a few clarifying cards before we get into the tarot, okay? This is a nice energy. 8 of Earth. Learning all you can about a subject or career, going back to school, taking a seminar, or finding a mentor. Attention to detail. Skilled work that you love. And what this also talks about is that there's something you're wanting to do that, you spend a lot of time working on it and repeating it and, adjusting it along the way until you end up with exactly what is perfect for you. So it is a nice energy. It does talk about working, but something that you really enjoy. See the big picture. Okay, that's a really nice card. Okay. Get out our itty bitty cards here. And clarify a couple of these. Let's see if we can find out anything about this divine detour. Okay, the 4 of Swords. What this is saying, down here, it's you've reached your first milestone, and now it's time to take a rest. And it's talking about you doing something that refreshes you, something that you enjoy, okay? It could literally be resting. Maybe you've been really busy. Or it could be taking a vacation or reading books or anything that will refresh you. Okay? So that is the divine detour that you need to stop whatever it is you're doing and take a break. So that's actually a very nice divine detour, I think. Okay, now let's get one for your overall energy, the 5 of water. This jumped right out. Oh, well now this is lovely. This is the 4 of wands, which is celebration. And this typically talks about big celebrations like weddings, graduations, things like that. But it could be anything at all. And here it says, look for the hidden blessings. Okay? So, what this might very well be saying is, stop focusing on the negative. Okay? Things not turning out the way you had anticipated. Forgiveness of self or others. Everything happens for a reason. Look for the hidden blessings. And here it looks like this is a beautiful blessing. So maybe your emotional involvement is, on the challenging side. Maybe you need to stand back just a moment, remove your emotions, and see this more from an observer's point of view. Just for a moment. Okay? And then see how it looks from that aspect. Okay? Because according to this, you have reason to celebrate, and a beautiful reason to celebrate. So, work with those emotions, get them figured out, because it looks like there really are blessings here. You just need to clear your mind and see them. Okay, let's get one. Do we have a card? I don't know how that happened, but there's a card turned around. Okay, let's get a card for Sometimes Life Stings. I see that there's definitely a relationship there between life stings and your 5 of water. Life can sting, but also if your mindset is such that your emotions are in control of you and you're not in control of your emotions, that in itself can sting. Okay, and we have way too many cards here. But we will see if we can find a place to put them, because they jumped out. Okay, the first card is the 9 of Swords. So what I was talking about, I think, is probably on target here. Okay, this is talking about having so many challenging thoughts and like anxieties, fears, etc., that you can't think straight. All right. So I do think that this is all connected. Your thoughts are taking control. And you should stop that, okay? Because it will not benefit you. Especially if what is waiting for you is this beautiful, okay? Next, you have the 10 of Cups, which talks about you and everybody you love being very happy and content with your life. Which is beautiful. Next, you have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is talking about you and everybody you love being totally happy with your abundance. Okay? And next is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so what this is definitely telling me, well, first let me tell you about the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning, and it is a beginning that is filled with something lucrative. like you're starting your own business or writing a book, etc. You are doing something that is going to turn out to be quite lucrative. So you have this card where life can sting, and this one where you're focused on the negative. This card, the Nine of Swords, totally support you focusing on the negative, but the reality is you and everybody you love are very happy and content and very abundant. And it's time to celebrate. It's just that you are so focused on something negative that the emotions have control of you instead of you having control of them. But it looks like you are working through this because you're going to have a new beginning. And it's one that's going to prove to be lucrative. Okay? So don't worry too much about this. Just make for sure that you do not let your emotions gain control of your mind, especially during the month of May. Okay? Let's see. I think that's all we need to take a clarifying card for. Now we can get started with the tarot. Okay. Let's start with April and see what we get. Maybe. Sorry, it's a wee bit awkward trying to shuffle from this angle. Okay. You cannot get better than this energy. This is the sun. It's the ultimate in happiness, abundance, everything beautiful, everything turning out wonderfully. It is the shine your light kind of energy. You cannot get any better. What a way to start this out. Absolutely beautiful. And I think it goes with this card quite well. Okay. Wishes come true, your dreams become reality, a magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. That sounds like the sun energy is right there with you. And it is. Or will be. Okay. Let's go ahead and get another card. April's looking like a good month. And it looks like May will really be a good month too, as soon as you get those emotions under control. Because the reality is happiness and joy and abundance. Okay. Justice. Okay, this is saying if anybody wrongs you, justice is here to make it right. But what I am focusing on, and I think there might be something to this, is you see the scales. That's balance. Okay? This looks absolutely beautiful. And I think it's creating balance. Wishes coming true, the best energy possible. Your divine detour is telling you to take a break. Okay? But it could be either justice or balance or both. And I don't think there's anything in existence that says, oh, it's too good, balance it out. No. Take the too good. Yeah. And that's what April looks like that. April looks absolutely awesome. Okay, however, this says you are walking away from something. You've done all you can do no more. So it is possible that you have a couple of different things going on during this month. Okay? Like one part is absolutely beautiful. The divine detour, maybe there is something where justice needs to come in because you are walking away. You can do no more. You're going to a place that will serve you well. That's what this card says. So maybe this is a combination of justice and balance. It is quite possible to have more than one thing going on in a month. So it could be both. Or it could say something like, okay, something happens, right? A divine detour. But it puts you in a state where you really need to take a rest and you need to move away. This divine detour could be, God's rejection is God's protection kind of thing. Maybe you're somewhere where it's not serving you at all. So you decide to move on to a place that will serve you well, which creates balance and brings in this energy. That is quite possible. Okay, now let's go ahead and get some cards for May, which looks like quite the interesting month. Because to me, it's almost like you are not seeing the reality. And the reality is beautiful. You have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. Celebration. The very, very happy, you and everybody you love. Very, very abundant, you and everybody you love. And a new beginning that's going to be lucrative. And this one card here in the middle is saying what's going on. Sometimes life stings. But what's going on is you're focused on something, could be this, that's very challenging to you. And you are not seeing the reality. So, yes, you need to go inside and work through that so you can open your eyes and your heart and see this beauty that's going on and happiness that's all around you. Okay, another wonderful energy. This is the 6 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups is a nostalgic energy. It's one where we think back, childhood, youth, a year or two ago, and these memories are the kind that make us smile and feel warm and happy, right? They're beautiful. And it also says there's a possibility that somebody from the past could be coming back. But I also think this is a card of caring and compassion. Here you have a little boy giving a little girl a cup with a flower in it. And that shows care and compassion and love. So to me, this card is beautiful in this deck. Okay, get another card. Okay, I'm sure this is making reference to this, and this. Here you're feeling cornered. Here it's progressed to the point that you can't think straight. Okay. And those are thoughts, anxieties, stresses. I find April perplexing for you. Because you have so many beautiful things going on and you're having such a hard time seeing it. Okay. You have the Knight of Cups, which is a very slow-moving knight, and it's all about the love. And this particular knight is in no hurry, and they are also all about beauty, poetry, art, all these wonderfully pleasing things. Okay? So I think this is just kind of saying what you're going through. This is more like the reality. Okay? But according to the cards, you are going to get this in check. You're going to go in and figure it out, and then you're going to see what's really going on. And I say that because you have the Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be a new beginning for you, okay? And just so you can see this at the bottom of the deck from taking those cards, once again, this makes twice, you have the 10 of Cups. So it's saying, it's the universe's way of saying, I meant what I said. You and everybody you love are going to be very happy and content with your life. You have a very interesting April and May. Because it looks like your April's divided into two parts. It looks like your May is divided into two parts. And remember, your overall energy up here is a 2. And you have the 2 swords. Maybe it's making reference to that. Also, remember, if you see the top Moonology card here, don't let your past hold you back. Maybe that's got something to do with some of this. Okay. Here it talks about having an unconditional love with somebody. And that can be romantic, but it does not have to be. It could be a friendship, a colleague, anybody. But one where there's truly an unconditional love, which is beautiful. Judgment. This is saying that you are going through a huge awakening and tuning into a higher frequency. So that's beautiful. One more card. Oh me, oh my. Look at that. An ending. Okay, and that is an ending of the painful kind. Potentially painful kind. It does not have to be. One thing you should see this as a huge relief. You are dropping all of those burdens. Over here, remember me talking about how energy kind of flows and how the months can kind of flow, into each other. This looks like it spills over into here. Yeah, so what you're supposed to do with this, or what this card is telling you, these are all thoughts, okay, and emotions, fears, anxieties, stresses, etc. But it's to the point, it's created an ending, okay? And this card, see if I can not knock down all the dominoes. This is the 9 of Swords. This comes right before this card. And this card comes right before this card. All right? So it looks like potentially you're having this carry on over into here. Maybe that's what this work is about. That you are working on getting your emotions straightened out, which could be creating an ending. But if that is what's going on, even if this is kind of hurtful, it would be most likely self-imposed, and it will be a huge relief because this is the reality, right? These are the thoughts, which could have to do with the past. Don't let your past hold you back, right? So maybe you're focused or have been focused or are going to be focused on something from the past instead of what is really currently going on. Okay, anyway, what happens with this? The dark sky lifts, and this is a sunrise right here. The sun comes up, and you get up and go find your happiness because you have dropped all of these burdens. So while it has a potential to be challenging, the end result is wonderful. You feel much lighter. These burdens are gone. Okay? And I think that has something to do with this huge awakening where you're tuning into a higher frequency. And when this is gone, you go through a huge awakening, and this unconditional love can spring forth. Okay? It's not weighed down by these challenging thoughts. Okay. Now, this is supposed to be an abbreviated reading, so I better hurry up. Okay. Your overall energy. Have patience. Love is kind always. Decision. Okay? This is where you put yourself in that position and use your intuition, okay, to make your decisions. And it looks like you're coming out with a new way of thinking that is very clear, and the same for your communication. Don't let your past hold you back. And I can see this coming straight down here and here. Not so much here, not April, but May and June, it looks like this is something you're going to be working through. But the end result is beautiful. It'll be gone. All those challenging thoughts and emotions are going to be in the past. Huge awakening, tuning into a higher frequency. This unconditional love can now bloom, right? The happiness and the celebration and the new beginning, the happiness, the love, okay? So while this might take work, sure is going to be beautiful. Okay, let's take a couple of clarifying cards, and then we will take some cards from the universe, and we'll get a charm, okay? All right. Let's take a card for the Eight of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Absolutely fabulous. This is saying, by walking away from where you can do no more, you're having a new beginning. And it is the Wheel of Fortune that's turning in your favor. Beautiful. And so that leads into this month. Okay. Let's take a clarifying card for the Eight of Swords. Whoa. We had one just fly across the floor. Hold on, let me go pick that up. It definitely wanted to come out. The Lovers. And it really did. It flew about 3 or 4 feet. Okay, so maybe there is a problem with between you and your romantic partner. Or it's saying that by you working through this, which you can see where you are, that the outcome is going to be that you and your romantic partner are going to be fine. I tend to think, though, because of all these cards, it's kind of a mixed bag. You know, that there's a lot of concern about the romantic side of things, the love side of things, but it is just stresses. It is not what's going on. But I also think over here, when you get to this part, this kind of changes into something beautiful. Okay, now this jumped out before I even got to say what it was about. It's about the Ten of Swords. This is the Nine of Pentacles, okay? And the Nine of Pentacles is where you are very happy with your abundance. So, by getting out of this energy, letting the sun rise and dropping all those swords, it's going to lead you to where you are going to be very happy with your abundance. Okay? And I think that's all we need to take. That's plenty. It's kind of an in-depth reading for an abbreviated reading. Sorry about that. Just lots of cards needed to be clarified. Okay. This Two of Swords, I think, is creating or letting you know that there's going to be things that you have to work through. But it's being clarified by you working through them and seeing clearly and communicating clearly. And it says, don't let your past hold you back. So that's letting me know that a lot of these issues that you're focused on are from the past. They aren't from today or April, May, June. They're from somewhere in the past. And it's saying, have patience. Okay? Here's beautiful. You know, your wishes come true. You have the sun, absolutely fabulous. And that comes from you walking away, probably from something to do with the past. And it brings about the Wheel of Fortune. So this comes in, and the sun comes in, which is beautiful and creates this wonderful balance. Okay? Here, you're dealing with past issues because your present is absolutely beautiful and filled with love and happiness and abundance. Okay? And here it's saying that you feel cornered. Your thoughts have put you in a cornered emotion. And then it evolves to the point where you can't even think straight. It ends up creating an ending. But you are, that's probably because you are working through this. Right here, it talks about that. And here, you're seeing the bigger picture. So you are dealing with the past and getting rid of it and letting the reality of what your current, well, will be your current life is, which is happiness, joy, abundance. It's lucrative. So this, during this moment, I think is challenging. But this, well, as you're working through this, gets better and better and better. And you end up with this beautiful unconditional love. And you yourself step into a higher frequency, go through a huge awakening, and everything is fine. So it looks like it's going to be a very busy time. A lot of inner work. And I think this card right here, the rest, should also be over here. Because I think when you get to this point where you're done, I think you and the ones you love need to take a big vacation. I do. Okay, let's get some cards from the universe to see what they would like to share. Okay, what is the first card? Beautiful. The Ace of Cups. Okay, this is saying the outcome of this is going to be a new beginning that is filled with love, happiness, and joy. And I can certainly see that through the cards. Well, we had another one that flew out. We have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is very passionate about achieving their goal, okay? They are a fast-moving knight. They are very ambitious and enthusiastic. But the reason they are going so fast is because they are so passionate. So I can see this over here. You know, you really want to get done with this challenge so you can enjoy this beautiful, loving life that you have. Mm-hmm. One more card. Okay, I think this has kind of a dual meaning. I think this is saying that there's a time where there's a huge imbalance. You know, you can see it here. But that you bring it into balance, which brings in the love and the beauty. All right, that's what I think is going on. Well, I'm sure you'd like to see this. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Pentacles. And that is talking about you end up being very prosperous and wanting to share everything with everyone you love. So to me, that's like the final outcome of all of this. Beautiful. Okay, let's get a charm. Or 3 charms, rather. Okay, the one for April. Sorry, I'm giggling. But if there's a charm that I have that has an equivalent in the tarot, I consider it the same. And this is a sun. So this would mean you have the sun card twice in April. That'd be like the double awesomeness. Okay? Absolutely beautiful. Okay, now one for May. Oh, this is wonderful. You have a cherub. So this means that the angels are going to be with you during this time to help you through. You know, there's a lot of challenges that you're going to go through to get rid of these past emotions and let the beauty come in. So the angels are going to be with you. Wonderful. That will be a tremendous help. And you have... you end up with love in a heart. Perfect. I mean, yes, definitely there's some challenges that you're going to go through. But these charms are just perfect. The sun. And you have the angel with you. And you have the love. I could see these 3 charms actually being for all 3 months. Once you get through this. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much. I really hope this helps. And love and light. Talk to you again soon. Bye.